Before I start, I just want to have a quick thing, like 5 minutes, about kind of why we're here and what we're doing and why we're doing what we're doing. There's a global crisis now when it comes to people leaving their faith. We're stigmatized, we're bullied and we're abused, and we're often left to deal with the scars, whether they're physical or emotional. Like a lot of people throw around stats, so they say, 82% of Muslims in Egypt believe that apostates, ex-Muslims should be killed, and 62% in Pakistan. But that's not the whole story. I mean, if you look at the main Jehovah's Witness page, you see that they have this concept called loving provision. And it sounds nice, it sounds sweet, but you know what it is? It's shunning. You basically are saying if someone's disfellowshipped, then you cut them off. Not just your family, but also the wider community. In America, they did a Pew Research poll which found that a lot of people thought that they could trust someone who is a rapist over an atheist, over someone who doesn't believe. That's in America, right? So it's a common thing. It's something we're seeing everywhere. So I want you guys to ask yourself, like I asked myself 3 years ago, is this the kind of world we want to live in? Is this the kind of world we want to raise kids in, the next generation? I don't think so. So I want to talk a little bit about faith to faithless and just why we're doing this. There's often a stereotype that people who leave their faith are these cold shells of human beings. They're not really, they have no hope and no peace and no faith. And, we are saying we're faithless. But I think it's not about faith, it's about where you place your faith. So for me, I have a lot of faith, which surprises a lot of people. I have a lot of faith, but they're in different things. So I have faith that that kids that leave their faith will be actually in the future given choice by their family. And I don't mean this kind of whitewashed choice, I mean real choice. Hey, you want to believe that? Okay, fine, but talk to me. And it's not like, yeah, you can research what you want as long as it comes back to the one true truth. That's not a choice. I also have faith that religious communities will realize that disfellowships, shunning, apostasy law, blasphemy laws, these are not okay. And I think I have faith that they'll realize that, going as far as, murder's okay if it's in a utopian theocratic state. That's not okay either, these things. But I think, and I have faith that religious communities will actually move away from that, because I think they're seeing this time and time again. I also have faith that by coming out like this, Hindu communities, Jehovah's Witness communities, Christian communities, Christian, Muslim, I don't know what you are, Ahmed, and New Age communities, they'll kind of realize that this is happening and that we are from their communities, we're part of their children. So I have a lot of faith, and what I would say to you guys, if you're here and you're listening to this and you're on YouTube, because this is going to be online, and you're faithless and you're thinking about coming out, please do so if you can. Because every time you do a video, every time you write an article, you will get emails. Like we get essays from children, like essays. A few of them are here actually. And they're essays saying, hey, I thought I was alone, I thought I was the only one in the world, and you're not. When we started this, I did this with Alia Salim and some of the other volunteers who are here, and we started this, we're not doing this full time, we're not full-timers. So we just did events and we reached out to people, and we've got stuff now on the BBC. We've had 2 documentaries on the BBC, Guardian articles, Times articles, Spectator articles. We've just been everywhere. And that's because we're giving a narrative that everyone knows exists, this global crisis that exists. And so people are waking up to that. And finally, if you're religious, and if you're watching this or if you're here, make an effort, because when you see someone in your community or your family leaving their faith, and they will leave their faith, make an effort and email them, send them messages. Because when I left my faith, Islam, what really got me through a lot of stuff was beyond the bullshit emails that you get, all that crap, but you got emails from your Muslim friends saying, yo, I love you, and I accept you, and fuck the haters, I think that's also what they say. So yeah, I'd like to thank also all the volunteers that made this happen. You've seen, walking up here, you've gone through all those people, and they're all volunteers. Like, I'm not even kidding. They're all just people who do this kind of on the love they have for the work we do. So, I'm going to start, and we are going to start with a very special person. She has traveled from Portugal to get here. She when I first came across her, she said she was an ex-Crystal child. And I Googled that, obviously, as you do immediately, and stalked her. And it is the weirdest stuff. I mean, wow. And I'm going to love for her to explain what that is.